And I'm here at RSA with David from Thales. David, how are you?
Hey, I'm great. Happy to be here.
Well, good to see you. And you guys know a thing or two about mission critical applications. Before that, maybe introduce yourself, your role, your team within Thales.
Sure. So I'm the CTO for application security at Imperva, which is division of Thales, and I run a team of solution architects who help customers protect their web applications day in, day out. At Thales, as you know, we're a huge organization with 100,000 customers around the world, 30 different industries, 100 different countries.
So that's a lot of ground to cover in a few minutes here. But what's on your mind, top of mind here this week at RSA?
Two things. One is probably the biggest buzz is around post-quantum. So if you're familiar with the concept of quantum computers, they could, any day now or in a few years, crack a lot of the encryption that we use basically to secure the entire internet today. So there's a huge effort underway to make quantum-resistant algorithms and then gracefully move to those. So tonight, in just a couple hours, we're hosting what we call a PQC Palooza at, I believe it's the Hyatt Regency Soma, starting at 4:30. And I think there's still a few spots left. If you go to that today, you're going to see industry luminaries like Dr. Michelle Mosca, Dr. El Gamal talking about quantum-resistant challenges around it and how we move to a safer world. So that's one thing. And then if you don't mind, a second thing is, of course, artificial intelligence is not just super cool and everyone's using it for this and that, but the attackers are using it too. And enterprises are getting ready to release AI-enabled applications. They want to know how to secure them. So all of that is basically what's going on.
Wow, that's a lot to unpack, but we'll try to do that. So Q-Day is approaching.
Yes.
What do we do to get ready, both as individuals and organizations, large enterprises?
Sure. At an individual, like a consumer level, literally just sit back and let the experts handle this. Not what you're going to be doing. If you wanted to keep aware, and you're at the show, like I said, go to the PQC Palooza at the Hyatt Regency 4:30. It goes till 8 o'clock. In an enterprise level, you're probably very, very aware that, hey, this day is coming. If you follow NIST, they have been releasing what would you call candidates for protocols that are quantum resistant. Now, this is a tricky space that we're in. The good news is that we as a community, as a cybersecurity community, have gotten better about being agile around what protocols we're using, but also to have the ability to migrate to different protocols quickly, right? When we went through this with beautiful algorithms like RC4 a long time ago, it was very, very difficult to sort of swap those out. But now we've gotten better at it as we've gotten rid of SHA-1, et cetera, et cetera. So being agile in your ability to adopt new protocols safely is what everyone should be focused on as they get ready for Q-Day.
Yeah, that's going to be fascinating to watch. Switching gears to last year's Imperva acquisition. I'm based in Boston. I see the amazing work you guys do in healthcare, IT organizations. Tell us more about the acquisition and how it's going.
Sure. So the acquisition of Imperva by Thales closed in December 2023. So not even a year and a half old now. In the Imperva business, there's always been the data security side of the house, selling data security, database monitoring, file access monitoring. Those solutions very, very much complemented the Thales data security solutions. That was an obvious integration points there, and everyone's very, very excited about that. But Thales also got the application side of the house, the application security side of the house, which is business they didn't have before. From Imperva's perspective, Imperva now gets access to Thales' huge partner network, 6,700 partners.
Wow. That's fantastic. So you have so much going on here. You have a new report about bots, bad bots in particular.
Yes.
And tell us what some of the key findings were. What were some of the outcomes?
I'm so glad you asked about that. So we just released the 2025 Bad Bot Report, which looks at data basically from 2024. We got a ton of media hits about this. The most significant finding, and the easiest one to remember, is that this year, automated traffic on the internet has now surpassed human traffic.
Wow.
So traffic generated by bots, short for robots or some kind of automation, now more significant than humans. Now, this isn't the first time it's happened, but it's the first time it's happened in over a decade. So that's one thing. Another significant finding is of all traffic, 37% is malicious automation.
Wow.
Right? That's almost 4/10, right? That's almost 4 out of 10 packets that goes by is malicious. That's something else to bemoan, I guess.
Well, scary stuff. The other thing you're deeply involved with is API security.
Yep.
Tell us about your work there and some of the good work you're doing with customers.
There's a ton of interest around API security, and we actually mentioned this in our bad bot report because a very interesting intersection around API security is attackers using AI, not API, AI, to attack applications. And we know they're using AI for two reasons. One is as we classify the different bots out there, we classify them as simple, medium, and advanced. Simple being it self-identifies as I'm a malicious bot, like I'm hacker tool X. Medium would be it tries to emulate a browser, and then advanced is it really, really does try to hide and pretend to be human. This year, the middle part is almost none. And
Wow.
it's because people who know nothing about launching a bot can now use AI to go do that. And the people who are really good can use their AI to make themselves look even more human. So it's increasing at both sides of the spectrum. Now, the advanced ones, they're much more starting to attack APIs. So an API is a programmable interface, say, to your data or your services. More and more of the world is becoming APIs. Very often an application that you might use on your phone or even a web application is really just talking to application programming interfaces on the back side. Attackers are catching on to this and now launching different attacks against APIs. So every customer we talk to, they know they have to do something about API security, and that market in itself is growing by 27% per year.
Wow. Yeah, we live in an API economy, so it's time to up our game there. So Thales, as a company, invests a ton in R&D. And what's next for you? What are you excited about the rest of the year as we head out of RSA?
That's a good question. So there's all that work that I talked about on post-quantum, and that's a decade-long process, to be honest. We're maybe 5 years into that, and the data security people have that underway. On my side, on the application security side, a lot of API security. The whole world has been trying to build their inventories and discover all their API endpoints. Now they want to do something about actually detecting and securing them. So that's basically the short to medium term. Longer term, everyone knows they're going to be releasing some kind of AI application, right? Almost every single customer we talk to. And when we ask them, how do you think you're going to secure that? They all say the same thing. We haven't got that far in our thinking. So there's a lot of design work and trying to stay on top of all of the AI developments.
Well, we're wishing you success. We're all behind you. We need your support and your help, and onwards and upwards. Thanks, David.
Thanks for having me.
Take care.